Hey guys, how's it going? Zach here, bringing you guys another video today. And today we're going to be going to the go-kart track to practice more and see if I can improve maybe by another few tenths of a second or so. It's been a few weeks since I last went to the go-kart track. It's now the middle of September, and the last time I went was in August, like towards the beginning of August. So despite the last video dropping only kind of recently, or dropping, about a month and a half afterwards, I just haven't really been able to edit that video and put it out for you guys. So that video took place in August, and then now here, September 21st, I think is today's date. I'm going back out again, and I think today would be the first day of, the first day for the rest of the next few months, where I'm going to be going, or I'm going to be attempting to go every other week if I can, or maybe not every other week, but as long as I go twice a month, I think that should be enough for me to be able to get enough practice in over the next few months and feel like I get ready for when I do want to start competing for real. So right now it is just before 10:30. I should have been at the track a little while ago, but I'm going to be heading out now. So let's go ahead and get going, because I'm going to be kind of late. So let's go. All right, so I've made it here to the track, guys. I just pulled up. I'm about to go walk out now to greet the team and everything. So as I'm driving up, on the side road that's adjacent to the track, I guess, I noticed one thing that I'm going to be expecting, unfortunately, for today, and that is that the track, or like the direction in which we're going today is clockwise, whereas I'm used to doing counterclockwise. I think it was in an earlier video, or I don't remember if I actually vlogged that one or not, but there was a time earlier in the year where I came out here and it was the same thing, clockwise. And I mean, it's fine. It's just I've mostly done counterclockwise, and I'm used to that. I'm used to knowing where the better braking points are, where the best acceleration points are, how to turn into the corners and whatnot. But now that we're going back to clockwise, I have to try to remember. Keyword there is try, to figure out now the best racing line to take certain corners. Like I know that what was the last corner, now the first corner for today, I don't think I can go as fast. Maybe I can go as fast, but it really depends on the exit curve of that first corner, because I know that once the concrete ends, it kind of drops off like an inch or two where there's dirt. So it's that first corner is going to be a little tricky for me, the first few times that I do this, or the first few laps that I turn. So that's one thing that I'll have to try to get used to again, or reacclimatize myself. And then the other corners after that, since everything is kind of gradually getting slower, I'll have to lift off of what would be the second and third turn now when I go out here. Whereas those the first three corners are the last three corners, right? So the last three corners counterclockwise are pretty much almost flat. Well, at least like the first and second of those three are flat out, basically. Like you don't have to lift off or anything like that. You just go flat out, full throttle, and you can take those corners easily. And then it's the third of those three corners, which is the final corner, that you might have to lift a little bit, but then accelerate again, pretty immediately, kind of immediately. It's going to be kind of the opposite now, where I'll probably lift into at least the first two. So I'll lift into the first corner, which is now a right corner, or a right turn. Lift a little bit there, and then when I get to the second corner, lift a little bit there, and then maybe not have to lift into the third one. But I'll have to see once I get out there if that's that's going to be possible or not. But so that'll be that. I'm going to go out there and prep myself and let's see what happens. Yep, so that's how the rest of my day turned out, unfortunately. So I was only able to do 3 runs today, and I'll be honest, I didn't have maybe the best day today, and not because of like other things that happened around. It was just more of what I did to kind of maybe screw up a little bit. But here, I'll go ahead and break down just kind of what happened today. I didn't get a lot of B-roll footage or anything like that because of just conditions and circumstances. I just wasn't able to get much. I did get some GoPro stuff, but not a lot of anything else really. For my first run today, I didn't get to do much because I kind of screwed up and I cut my session very short. Coming out of the second corner, which should have been a little bit slower, especially with kind of colder tires, and they weren't really at like the optimal temperature. I went a little too hot. I ran off the track and I busted up the front left. So there's when you're gonna go karting, you're steering. You have these 2 bars that that move with the steering, right? That control the steering of the tires. But then where the tire is, there's this chrome piece that kind of sticks out. It's maybe about 5 inches long. It's got holes in it, and it's like it has a chrome finish to it, right? Like a polished finish. It should be straight. But when I went through the dirt, it ended up being bent like this. Like here's the axle, and then the piece kind of went down. So I didn't have any steering, and I was able to make it back to the pit area, but steering was nearly impossible. So that happened. It cut my session very short, but luckily the team were able to fix it replace it in about 10 minutes. Run number 2 was a lot better. Fewer mistakes, no mistakes, but I feel like I could have been a little bit quicker. I know that there were some areas where I could have improved on for sure, but for some reason I want to say that it was maybe just the overall conditions of the track. Like it wasn't grippy enough out there, because I was sliding around a little bit in a couple of corners. Like in the middle of the track, for example, there were some moments where like the rear end was kind of sliding around, and I had to kind of put up with it. There just wasn't a lot of grip. It was partly cloudy for the most part today, so the constant cooling and heating with the clouds passing in front of the sun and stuff, it kind of affected the grip and the conditions. So it just they weren't ideal conditions, but I still felt like it was pretty strong for the conditions that we were in. Again, I don't remember what my lap times were. They could have been 57, 58, a minute. I have no idea, and I never asked, to be honest. I'm not even sure if anyone was keeping track. I'm sure someone was keeping track of it, but I honestly never asked. That was pretty much my day, and then after about 30 minutes of rain, they just declared that the track would be closed for the rest of the day. So that's that. That's pretty much how my day went. All I have is some GoPro footage and a couple of shots for my camera, and that's it. I didn't get much today. It was kind of uneventful. Nature has to go ahead and put a damper on things. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this somewhat short and rather uneventful video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm hoping that the conditions will be a lot better, so we'll get a little bit more action then. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.